And once again, it's nighttime when I start the stream. What timing do I have? Hey everyone, welcome back to Satisfactory, where I put the rail in. No, I have no idea where I'm going with this. Hey everyone, welcome back. Yes, we are here. We are staring. I am posed, being all cool and finger gunny and stuff like that. And you actually can't even see me because, you know, nighttime. Hi, welcome. So what's going on? What are we doing? Well, last week, if you remember, we started working on our trains, and between streams, I kind of rebuilt everything. I didn't like some aspects, so I kind of reworked all of my towers. And most importantly, I reworked the secondary rail towers. So they were this big, god-awful thing with windows, and it just really wasn't looking good or balancing. So this is what I settled on. So I thought we'd start today with a wee train ride. Now, kind of ignore what's all happening here. I'll explain that in a minute, and that's where we're going to basically come back to. But I figured let's start with going to... Yep, it's all set up. Let's start... Let's start by remembering how to play game. Let's start off by taking a quick trip to the copper mine. And you can see our train is running. So we're going to go along the rail here, and we'll see what we got. Now, everything that is kind of laid out right here currently is probably gonna more or less be replaced. Good morning, Leebles. How are you today? So, yeah, we're going to run along these towers. So I did go through and replace all the towers here. I just kind of cleaned them up a little bit. Didn't do too much to the interchange here, besides getting the signals running. We'll just come around here and up and over, and now we're all into the new rails. So yeah, we go up the hill here. I've run power lines up there just because, you know, why not? I got that tower put in incorrectly. I'll have to fix that at some year. You know what the chances of that actually getting fixed are? Pretty low. So yeah, let's run up the hill here. I'm doing all right. Really freaking smoky out today, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Oh, that is not good. I'll have to fix that. So here we are. We are now at the copper mine. So let's just hop out of here. I'm going to go fix this ladder like right freaking now. Let's take all of this stuff out and replace it with proper catwalks. So we go like that, go like that. Yep. Satisfactory, ADHD Satisfactory. And there. I think that should miss now. Now that train's not going to go anywhere. It has no place to go because it has no secondary station. So the only thing it can do now is basically sit right where it is. And going back, we'll use the travel tubes. That's better. Now we have proper clearance. All right, so let's have a look here and see what's going on. So first thing is we got our one mine up here. So if we take a little blast here, I love the jetpack. It really is my favorite mode of transportation. So we are creating 600 per minute out of this mine here. Actually, it can only do 480, so I'll take that crystal back. Thank you very much. So I'm doing 480 on this one. Then if we go way over here and we drop down underneath, you can see that we have a second one with another Mr. Bean next to a impure coal. But we have a second pure node that is also, well, this one has actually only a normal. So this one's doing me 300. So out of here, that gives me 780 copper. Now, should have had my plan up and running here. Let me just do a quick boo and get our modeler. Here we go. So that's our overall plan. Move that back into here. And there we go. All right, so you can see here that we need 663 copper. So those two mines are going to supply me with my copper, so I don't have to think about grabbing anything else. Just having that pure node there is going to make the difference. Okay, so that's what we got going there. Let me just do a little bit of more of that, and there we go. Okay. All right, so yeah, that's what we have going. So all of that coal, flat copper is running up there. Of course, I put an elevator in. Why wouldn't I put an elevator in? Elevators are great. I love having elevators because they take up so much less space than a freaking staircase, and they took away our one and only proper staircase. That's the wrong floor. There we go. All right, so what are we going to do today? Today we are going to build the other end of the station here. That means we are going to have to rework all that and get the receiving station set up. And once I have that receiving station set up, that means I've got now all of my iron that I'm going to need, I have my copper that I'm going to need, and I have my coal that I'm going to need. So again, having a quick boo at our modeler and bring that over there and pop that in right there, and then we turn that on. So we have another look at our modeler here. That means the only thing left I need to do is dig up my concrete, and that should be, for the most part, only half of what I actually need. Oi, it's going to be a bit of a thing. So I also need to get some oil going, but there isn't a nearby oil node, so that's all right. The rock crystal, I have already a station that can deliver that. So these guys are going to be pretty straightforward. The water might be a little bit more challenging, but we'll see how that goes. I haven't figured out how I want to do my plastic yet, and my rubber. So which recipes I'm going to use, how I'm going to produce them, what's going to give me the best kind of bang for the buck. You know, dumping out my fuel here, that'll give me basically 2 stations that I can, or 2 new, 4 power stations that I could run. But I want to kind of play with that a little bit. So for right now, I'm just going to concentrate on getting my copper being refined and getting my steel ingots being refined. And that's kind of where our immediate goal is. All right, back into here, and we can turn that off, and there you go. Now you guys can see again. All right, so let's take a quick rundown back with the 2Bs. And so yeah, I like these towers a lot better. They're much cleaner, and again, just kind of, if you're going to have the large gaps here and not fill them in with rail, I'm talking between the towers, I kind of wanted to keep it as small as possible. Okay, we got another train here. That doesn't need to be there. Using that for sizing. And now we can go up here. We can go down and run across and in through the next set of tubes. Yeah, the hypertubes have really kind of become my favorite way of getting around my maps now. Just using the accelerator system there, you can really, it's the fastest way to travel, short of the teleporter. All right, so the rest of the track down here. So if we have a little quick boo in the map, I missed. Back up, there we go. All right. So if we have a quick look at the map here. So again, what my plan is I'm going to have my rails, and I can't see anything because of all the resources. There we go. Is I'm going to have the rail kind of circle the world, coming all the way around here eventually. So far we've kind of gone this way. Who's up here? Oh, that's the train that I just drove up there. I should have deleted that. So we can go up here. So right now we're kind of right about here. Cut off, so we will be continuing that way, and we will be continuing that way. So that means we have these tracks here, which will duck underneath, and this will be my through line, so the trains can come running through here and head off towards the desert that way. And that's going to leave me all of this space up here for my actual kind of train stations. And I think I should be okay. Yeah, I got a bit of a rock sticking out of there, but I can work around it. Now, how to get all this interchange and stuff done? That's kind of more of the question that I've been trying to figure out. And I think I finally got a bit of a plan here. So the first thing I'm going to do here is start pulling all of this stuff out. I'm not sure of how big this station platform is gonna need to be, so I want to have a lot of expandability into it. Let's grab the signal there. So I want to be able to set up different train stations, receiving stations, and so forth and so on. Just to make sure that, because again, I'm going to fill the desert. The desert is going to be completely covered, I think, by the end of this whole little adventure, which is kind of what I'm looking for. So what I'm going to do here, this is the return line. That joins up there. We are going to have to, ooh, I just realized that I can only come back in and out going in this direction. So I'm going to have to do something on the other side here to get back to, oof. Anyway, once I have to go into the swamp area, I should say, not the red desert, the swamp. This is the red desert. That's the swamp. Yeah. So many things that I have to, yeah. Big jobs. And to keep from getting overwhelmed, just focus on the one job you have, which is right there. Okay, now let's start filling this out. And fortunately, I have my concrete slab. Very quick to start laying down massive amounts of flooring. I don't know what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to do. And we'll just fill this in. There we go. All right, so we're going to have one return line. So that'll be the kind of going back to the copper mine there. Then on this side, we're going to have our track go from here all the way down to the end here as well. We'll go as far as we can. And we'll keep going. And I think for now, oh, what have I done? Nope, everything's fine. I just got confused. I'm old. I get confused easily now. Oh, something ain't lining up right here. That's the problem. They're just plumb something not right here. These guys are misaligned. I got to realign them. Yep, these guys are all misaligned. That makes me very mad, or very sad. All right, now they're lined up. Cool. All right, let's get back to putting these back in. And then we'll get rid of this bad one here. Gotta get going. Chores need done. I'll be online later. Probably stream a single player world. Want to swing by. Cool. Yeah, if I get a chance to, and I see when you're up online. Unfortunately, my Saturdays do get kind of busy. I will definitely have a look. So we'll talk to you later, my friend. At the very least, I'll see you in the morning. And thanks for stopping by. All right, get rid of that R. and then I could fill this in like that. Okay. Sorry, got distracted again. Well, now that I have all this, I am going to need to, let's squeeze past the rocks here. We'll wait for my concrete to refill. See you, Lee. Have a good one, buddy. All right, so my concrete is lacking, but I can still work on the track here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have the track go like that. So train is going to come from the copper. It's going to come off this line, and then it can go all the way down here. And we're going to get these ends lined up. Is what I was trying to do there. And then we can just hook it around like that. And if I get enough concrete here, nope. Okay, so what that does is it now creates a loop for my train to go, which is good. Okay, so closed loop, which is what you need for your trains. Now, how do we get to the stations? Well, that is just as simple as now lining them up this way. So kind of, I'm trying to build like a bit of a rail yard so trains can either go to whatever station they want, but I don't ever want them having to worry about going through any other station. And you kind of have to think about what is the shortest route a train can take. Imagine the same rule now applies to your trucks and tractors. When it's doing its pathing, so if I say go from station A to station B, what it's going to do is it's going to look for the shortest route between those. And if you have a station in between them, and like you have a line that'll bypass the station, but if it's this station or the shortest route would go through the station, that train will try to go through the station, especially if there's another train in there, it'll just stop and wait and delay your production. So what you have to do is you have to make going into a station inconvenient to the pathing. So by having this route here, this is the shortest path to get back to the copper. That's where it's going to default. To break off this path, what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to give it a station. So I'll put a train station, and we'll go right about here. And that should be 3 full blocks. Oh, that is 1, 2, and 3. Yep. Because you need 3 full blocks to do a 90-degree turn with your rail. You can't really go any shorter than that. Okay, so I'm going to put the station here, except I'm going to turn it around, which means this is not the actual station. This is just a temporary, because you can't lay down a freight platform. You always have to lay down the station first. So I'll use that as kind of marking that point. Now I can do is get the track and run it back to this corner here. I'll have to kind of lay it into, yep, there we go. That should connect in. No, that's a little bit too tight. So we are going to move this guy over by 1. Now, if you don't want to put a train station down that you can get away, you still want to mark the space. And what they are is they are 8 or 16 meter lengths. So 2 standard foundations is the same size as the train station. Now, why will you not connect? Why? So we go 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. It should connect. And that's because I went 1 too many over. There we go. So that's where I want the rail to go to. I'm going to put another little short section in. I want at least, let's say, 4, 2, 3, 4. Basically, I'm going to take the track all the way down to here. Like that. Let's come back by 1. No, that should be fine. All right, let's grab our train station now. So now I can turn it around and we can bip that in place. All right. Let's get rid of these 3 here, because now I can actually put in my freight platform. So 1, 2, and instead of putting in a spare, I'm going to put in an empty platform, like so. All right, so now the copper can come through here, make a turn, and deliver its load. To get out of here, let's see if we can't. Still not quite enough. Come on, 1 more. There we go. Put that in there. So now when it wants to leave, though, now we can grab a track. I'll come out, let's say 2 more. Let's see if we have enough space. Yep, we should. So now we can make the corner again. That would be 2 right there. And then this track is going to just run all the way down to there. All right. And then when it comes out, it's going to hook through there. I need to go get concrete. So we're going to have to take a bit of a long trip back. But, oh, yeah, the other thing is I've also kind of laid out the, or put in the basis or the start of, or sketched out how I want the truck terminals to be. So the trucks can come in here. They can also probably go that way if I need more truck stations, but I should be able to get right here. So we are going to be using trucks, of course, to transport our copper back to the new work area. All right, let's take this route. Stops here because I can either go that way or I can go that way if I want to go down to over there. That's the iron. I can go that way. Otherwise, I want to go back to the main base because I apparently need to go get some concrete. I'm really starting to look, kind of just enjoy the ride now. Got enough going on around here. It's starting to look like it's not just empty desert. And yeah, I'm kind of liking how the complex is forming. Still want to deal with something with the kind of overhang there that's just stuck out. But yeah, that's probably one of my worst things that I deal with is kind of finishing. But yeah, I really like how kind of the whole overall base here is going here now. Hey, what are you guys supposed to be doing over here? You're still working on my plastic and rubber, right? Oh yeah. Fuel still, or the power still a little bit fluctuating. I'm gonna have to take a look at it. I'll do that off stream, just to see where I need to maybe buffer. The numbers are fine. It's just making sure that the flow rates and everything are good. Okay. Once again, I have picked up a bunch of garbage in my inventory. That is the one drawback I'd have to say, and I've said it before probably, with the dimensional depot, is that when you draw from the dimensional depot, great. Problem is when you remove the thing. So if I build, say, a blueprint that uses 100 concrete, 100 steel plate, and 100 steel pipe, and I draw 50 of each, the concrete, the plate, and the pipe, from my own personal inventory, and then 50 from the dimensional depot, which we can't see here because it's the wrong screen. What'll happen is if I then dismantle that blueprint, instead of the 50 going back to dimensional depot, I'll end up with now 100 and 100 and 100 as opposed to the 50, 50, 50. And what that does is just over the period of time will start clogging up your inventory. So every once in a while, what I got to come do is just drop off the excess. And I'm just throwing it into this bin here, which is connected to my sink. So this is where it's destined for anyway. All my overstock goes into the sink. Kind of passive ticket generation. No, I got too many magazines. Let's just throw those away. All right, so that should do a little bit better. Leaves me some more inventory space so I can actually grab some concrete. In the meantime, I've got some slugs here. So we'll throw the slugs in there into the sorting system. They'll get nice and cleaned up. And you can see that, you know, I've got lots and lots and lots of power shards. Okay, concrete. That's what I'm here for. Let's go get some concrete. So now I have some inventory space freed up. So we'll just go one of them, 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 one of them. And basically just grab a bunch of stacks of those. So to speed up the rate that it uploads to the dimensional depot, which is under our alien technology here, I can speed it up, but it's 7 Mercer spheres, 13 Mercer spheres. I mean, that's a lot of Mercer spheres. And I'm not sure I want to spend them yet. You know, I've only got 15. Well, I do have 15. Oh, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do this one. This one is the most painful because it's not like you can manufacture these Mercer spheres. They have to be found. All right, I need some more of the SAM fluctuator, which is downstairs. Stairs down. I know I have some stairs down around here somewhere. There they are. Because the fluctuator, I think I have it over here. Random hole in my floor. That's the reanimated SAM. That means the fluctuator is right here. There we go. All right. And now we can go back to Zamam. Just the facts, ma'am. Winky. Alien technology. Manual depot uploader. Oh, you know what? I think I can do both of these. So let's do this. Watch those 7 Mercer spheres disappear. That's a lot of running around to collect that many Mercer spheres. Ooh, did the wrong one. Okay, that was the wrong one to expand, actually. That was just the amount of the depot. I actually want to do this, and I'm going to eat it. I'm just going to have to eat it. I've been sitting on those spheres. Yeah, one was the capacity, so how much you can have uploaded. So, you know, I just increased it by 300%, so multiplied it by ×3. So that's, you know, that's good. That's, you know, useful. I actually wanted the upload speed, but you know what? I won't. Yeah, they work in balance. I didn't screw up that badly. Remember to read, kids. Okay. Now this one here, this is so I can upload to the depot from my own personal inventory. I'm not really worried about that because it's not like I have anything in it that I'm not already doing. I'd rather just, honestly, it's easier just to delete them. This is the one I actually meant to do. This is my upgrade. Right now I'm doing 30 per minute. Let's kick it up to 60 per minute. There we go. I just think their friendship is, you know, beautiful. What do we got here? This is Alien Power Matrix. Yeah, that needs stuff that I can't get to yet. Well, that was a whole lot of Mercer spheres gone. Yeah. I do have these 9 hard drives. Okay, so the hard drives, I am saving. I don't need this anymore. Squirrel. I don't need any alternate recipes right now, so I'm hanging on to the hard drives until we get to the next tiers. So 7, 8, and 9. Especially 7 and 8. This is the aluminum stuff in here, and I definitely need some of those alternate recipes for my aluminum. So I'm hanging on to those hard drives for now, just to make sure that I have a higher chance of unlocking the aluminums and the next batch of alternate recipes. For where I am right now in the technological level and unlocked, see ya, little fella, I'm pretty good. I don't need any. I've got my fuel ones. I've got my screws, my steel, all my basic ones. So I'm not going to just burn off those hard drives. So that kind of the end all of that is, if you haven't unlocked a tier, you won't get any alternates until you do unlock that tier. Like, I won't get any aluminum recipes because I haven't unlocked aluminum. So that's why I'm saving those. That was a lot of explanation for no reason, wasn't it? You know, and the fact that, you know, riding the tubes. So all of this eventually will be filled. Ah, let me through. I don't like to come up with a better way of stopping myself. Ooh, I know a better way. What am I thinking? What was I thinking? Is this doing anything? Not really. I'm going to take this guy out. That's going to kind of disconnect some power, but that's okay because we can just Where were you connected before? Oh, over there. You're powering something down here. There we go. The thing that I can put here that's smaller are these little guys. Literally put a stop sign. You didn't see that? That didn't happen. Nothing going on. And then we go layout, that, select icon, put that there, select icon. Let's go into our color selection, and there we go. Stop sign. Okay, now that I have all my concrete, let's finish getting some of this platforming in. There we go. It is so easy to drop this stuff in. Oh, let's take this stuff back for a quick sec, because I want to clear line of sight. I need to clear the brush. Battery. I'm going to say that's not satisfying, because it's very satisfying. I love it when I get to blow the clear the terrain with explosives. And there we go. Now the added bonus is what have I got just up this hill here? Let's have a quick look at our resources. I don't know. I'm going to need to put a radar tower out here somewhere. So there's some stuff up here. Let's get rid of our farty rocks. Now, it used to be a bunch before I just caught it. Before I scrambled all of the nodes, you know, it's one of the new features of 1.2 is that you get to kind of reseed. Blew up everything except the thing I actually wanted to blow up. There you go. And I swear they purposely put these guys just far enough away from each other. So I don't actually know what's up here. Oh, hello. I know there's a big guy here. Ow. That was my face. What is now up here? Oh, we got an iron. Yeah, so it looks like it's replaced. Seriously? I saw that. Oh, hello. Ow. Oh. Don't you run away from me. Go away. Go away. Ow. Go away. No, 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 no. Move it. Nope, 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 nope. What they said about curiosity killing the cat? And why do I keep dropping my stuff? I'm not supposed to be dropping my stuff there. And I have got to go make myself some more health thingies. That usually is my problem in combat-based type things, is that I never know when to just run away, regroup, and then come back in. I always do it like I was going to try to do some kind of Outlast thing. All right, let's replace you with your stop sign. Right there. I didn't make a copy of the last one, so I'm going to have to do all of this again. And mother girl. All right, let's actually copy this sign this time. It'll hold in its memory because I'm going to replace it right here anyway. So we'll go boop, boop, and feel like I've completely and utterly forgotten how to play the game. There we go. Do, 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 do. See? Stop me. All right. Go get my stuff. Oh. I'm going to have to grab some fuel. I don't think I'm uploading my rifle ammo, am I? No. So the 10 rounds I've got, and the 5 rounds after that, that's it. So quick like a bunny. Take all and go find some high ground. Take a minute. Do a quick reload. All right. What do you need? Heat sinks. Okay, we'll have to wait for that. Ow! Where'd that come from? Yeah, meet my rapid fire. Ow. All right, this is the point where I run away. We'll keep something between him and me. Not the most efficient use of healing. Hi, big guy. Ow. That was my face. Oh, you are a tough little bastard. Anyone else? You said you're biggest and baddest after me. Anyone? Yeah, I didn't think so. I don't suppose there's any heat sinks lying around. No? Okay. Man, all I want to do is come up here and have a look. No. They had to get all up annoying and in my face. And then shoot my face and hurt my face and my face. All right, I don't know why I'm doing so much quick wire. Let's get that out of here. Really should put those in somewhere safe. All right, what are you? Oh, bauxite. Ooh, pure bauxite. Nice. Where's the other one? And then we have an iron node up here. Nice. What are you? You're an impure. Not so nice. Yeah, I'm totally getting squirreled out here. I understand that, but it is what it is. Let's grab some bacon mushroom. An ultimate flavor combo. Not for any real reason besides spite. Pure spite. Your little cousins were mean. I got any other nodes around here? No, it doesn't really look like it. Oh, hey, well, what are you doing up here? Speaking of hard drives? What do you need? Oh. And one more heart. Oh, hello. Yeah, you're big and mean. I get it. Oh. Hello. Probably should reload. Hello. Hi. Oh, don't run away. Hey, fella, can you hold these for me? Apparently no, because they won't hit you. Because the angle's just not quite right. But if I go like this, and I go like this, then you're no longer a problem. All right. So, yeah, hey, look, we're back. So this, yeah, actually might give you a better idea. So yeah, train go this way. I can expand. If I want to bring more material in, I can put more train stations. I can go quite a bit that way. Then track go choo choo choo, then comes back and then joins up again with this line, and then off we go. Once I get the line going that way, I don't think it's going to be that hard for me to tie back in. I could just tie this back in, tie that back in. Yeah, anyway. Sorry. Just thinking about how I'm going to do that part. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some... Yeah. When I go that way, I'll worry about it. That's not a worry for today. Anyway, now that I stopped being squirreled and I'm back into the construction site, let's finish getting this stuff put in. And then I can grab my track, race all the way down. Maximum length. There we go. Let's actually bring the track all the way out to the edge here. And then turn the corner. Okay, so how tight can I get into this corner here? So let's say right about there. And then I like the fact that I can turn the rail now. And then to here. And from there, all the way down to there. And there we go. All right, let's rename this now. It is not Humbug. Let's call this main copper receiving. Go to our timetable. I can now grab Mr. Train here. We'll call this our copper hauler. Now edit the timetable. Main copper receiving. Save the changes. And there he goes. Cleared him up, and now he's going to come back. Perfect. He's coming back empty. But what he's going to do is he's going to tell me what does and does not work. All right. So with that station in there, now what I have to start thinking about is how I am going to move the copper from here all the way down to somewhere over here. Because one of these stations needs to transport the copper. And I don't know which one I want it to be. Let's get some street lights set up in the neighborhood. Hey, train's back. Let's go say hi. And make sure he goes to leave. So we'll wait for him here. And there he goes. He's all parked up. Are you going to leave? Yep. So now he takes the back line. And let's bring him to a stop. just long enough until I can add 1 and 2 cars. Might as well get them putting to work right away. So turn back on self-driving and let him go do his thing. When he comes back, he's going to have me a load of copper. Which means I need to make sure that these guys here are set to unload, and then I got to do my signaling. And unload. Unload. Now, of course, just because I'm pulling in 780 per minute from the copper line up there does not mean I'm going to see 780 going all the way. So, you know, I am keeping my expectations in check. I can still get the 780 from here. If I have enough there, where it comes in is just, does the train carry enough? What's the volume? But we kind of have to run it to check it, and then we can see if we need any extra. As long as the train is always coming in fully loaded, I should be okay. Because we can empty it rapidly and correctly. Okay. Not sure where that's going to go. So what I'm going to do for truck path here. Now the question is, did I leave enough to turn around? I should have. Okay, so let's go to our transport, universal truck path. Let's take it all the way down to there. Let's go to here. Know what you're doing there. Why are you being weird, man? Why are you being weird? Anyway. I don't know if I can turn this sharp. I don't think I can. I need more of a cul-de-sac. Oop. Okay, well, this is why we test things. All right, how sharp do you actually need? He's back! What is the sharpest I can go? I can go... Not quite there. I can make it to here. Oh! So 4 foundations. Okay. All right. So let's get our materials. We'll grab our asphalt. I'll give them 5 to play with. So we can have our turning section all right in here. And faster for me just to do this and then do this instead of digging through menus. Okay. Like that. Okay. So, what I am thinking, instead of going that way right away, I start from the center here. Take as sharp a 90 as I can. Like that. And then we come back to here. Like from here. Nope, I can't go that direction. Let's say if I start from here, then I should be able to just connect right up. Oh, no, you guys are going the wrong way. Okay, that's fine. At least I know where I need to put it down. Here goes to here. There goes to here. Right there. Nope, come back a little bit there. And then this one goes to there. And then we can carry on back. So my truck's got a little turnaround space. You're doing weird things, paths. Stop doing weird things. And into... What is your problem, man? It doesn't like the edge of that pad for some reason. Okay, well, you know what? You can go there, and then you can connect up there. All right, so the trucks can go through the neighborhood here. So now we can grab, see if this is in the right spot. So I start right there, the pause sign. That tells me where he wants to be, and the leave. Yeah, I got a lot of pathing I'm going to have to do in the near future. That is for sure. Okay, what lane do I want to be in? That lane? So we're going to go from here. Nope. And there. That can connect to there. Now, on the right turn, truck come here. Get to, need my flashlight. Oh, that's really helping me. Comes to here. Nope. Here. Let's take that out because too sharp a corner. Let's change it to straight. That'll help, I think. Nope, it won't. There we go. That lamppost is kind of in the wrong spot. That's kind of a better spot for it. Nope, I grabbed the wrong thing again. There we go. I mean, it may seem like I've just kind of abandoned what I was doing in a few minutes ago, but it is, all of this stuff is part of what I need to get done. So it's not like I'm just kind of stopped doing what I'm working on. It is all part of the same process. Okay, so again, snap to the connection points, which is right there. And then I want you to join up here. As sharp as you can get. It's right there. And then as sharp as you can get to right there. And we'll do the same thing here again and let it find its snap point, which is right there. Truck can go that way. And there. Okay, so let's have a look here. And yeah, that's basically how these guys are going to operate. So a truck going to come in here. If it wants to go in that station, it can just duck in. When he wants to leave, he's going to go through the cul-de-sac. Likewise, these guys can go that way. So I'm guessing I could probably put in 2 more truck stations if need be, which is more than plenty. All right. Okay, so that is where I've got to eventually get to. I don't need to fuel them, worry about fueling them here. The tractors will fuel up at the receiving end. All I need to worry about is whether or not I can bring enough copper here at any given moment. And that, and then we're going to go like that, and then we're going to delete this guy. I had to move him back because if I want to use the top one, I need to have enough room for a little 90-degree. I still managed to screw it up. About 1, 2, right about there. And then that can go into there. Excellent. All right, let's finish getting the light posts in place. Then we'll put another light post right here. And there we go. Maybe we'll do here. And we'll split the difference there. Oh, actually, we'll do 2 right here. And this is why I use these little guys in conjunction with my light standards. Because these 2 idiots don't have enough connection points. And there we go. All right, station is powered. Let's go see how we're doing over here. Not really a long run of conveyor. I do have to go through the return line or the track line, but that's okay. What do you got? Look at you all being full. What do you got? Look at you being all full. Awesome. All right. Now, I don't know what kind of volume the trucks can carry. I don't know, but let's just get these guys hooked up now. The trucks may not have enough volume capacity. Won't know that for a little bit, but I do have that extra station ready to go. Oh, wrong ports. I want the exit ports. like so. And it pretty much is a perfect straight run. Okay, that was pure coincidence. But yeah, looks like I can just go straight out and head that away. Of course, going to need something to stand on. Oh, you're not the blueprint. Okay. You are. Well, let's get you lined up here, little fella. There you go. And there you go. And there. I'm just throwing these guys down randomly, aren't I? I thought they were snapping. They're not. Yeah, see, this is what I mean about the inventory being full. And I'm now leaving crates everywhere. I hate leaving crates everywhere. I'll leave another one nearby, did I? They start clogging up your toolbars after a while. All right, now make sure I'm snapping to blueprint. There we go. That's much better. All right, let's prop some belts down here. We're gonna go that way, and then we're gonna go that way. So make sure we're on straight, and make sure we're on straight. I guess we'll come back a little bit to there. Take it as far as we can here. I want both these ends to get lined up, so we'll take that one to there, grab this guy here, and we'll make you guys all nice and lined up. Okay, so going through here. Not gonna. That's the answer to that. Instead, we're gonna go down. So let's take that out. And we'll see how we can maneuver around under. Yeah. Let's just throw these guys down temporarily. So I can see where I need to put my floor hole. And nudge you into place. There you go. And of course, I'm going to end up with copper in my back pocket, but that's okay. Where are you? I know I picked up some copper ore. Where there it is. Found the ore sitting right where it should be. Now it's not there anymore. Okay, let's work our way back. These two stations. And again, just to kind of mark. Yeah, they really are lined up quite well, aren't they? Pretty much right past this giant block. Which, do I need that giant block there? No. Which means I can easily squeeze past. Yeah. But we'll squeeze past in a minute. I'm going to take a quick break, and then we'll get these guys connected. So stay tuned. And I'm back. Okay. That's got that part figured out. Now we just need to bring you boys. To yeah. Now it's not a perfect lineup, but they're going to be close enough, I think, that whatever little course correction they need to do underneath is going to be fine, but I don't even think that's going to be... I swear to God, I almost got it perfect. I did too. Well, what do you know about that? That does not happen that often. That just out of the get-go, I've got my alignments. Maybe I should stop trying to align things and just align things without even trying. Maybe it'll be easier. All right, now we can take those guys out, take this guy out, and get everybody happily connected. And belt. And belt. Go, my little copper ingot nuggies. Go. There we go. All right, so potential, that's 960 now flowing from there to there as a rate. Yes, we're only getting 700 and whatever. 780 to flow in. 780? Yeah, 300 and 480, so 780. But 480 by 480 is 960. So perfect. And look at you filling up. Look at you go. Okay, let's give you a new name. So we're going to call this the T yard copper station, because it's not receiving, it's just a relay point. Yes, that's fine. Okay, and now let's connect our roadway, which should just be a matter now of running this way. We'll do one direction, and then I'll switch it over to the next direction and get us a road. So we're going to keep on the inside lane here. Oh, we're coming up to one of these lovely long corners, so we're just going to go like that. We're going to make sure we're on default, so we can get a nice smooth corner here. He says as he completely and utterly does something else. Maybe I will keep it straight. Or at least a shorter corner. Yeah, we'll go shorter corners here. I think I'm still going to do a little bit of how I do corners differently instead of having these kind of long straight sections. Like just have, yeah. No, I'm going to do something different with it. Future ones, not this one. I'm not changing anything here. Can I get you guys to go straight again? There we go. Okay, now we get here. I need you to turn corner and go that away. And we're down to a single lane road, so I don't need to do anything too fancy here. I just need to make sure I join up with the existing road right ahead of us. Like there, and then we can just go all the way and just join up with the path, let's say right there. Yep, excellent. Okay, now we have to go back the other way. All the way down to here. And up. Let's take you back to being straight, inside lane to inside lane. So you'll come into this lane and you'll transfer to the left lane because, that's the straight through lane. And then we go disobey again. Now, I don't mind the truck path kind of having these little jiggy-jaggies going. I'm not going to see it all the time into it. Just makes the truck's movement feel a little bit more natural. Because, none of us drive in a perfectly straight line. We all have a little bit of wiggle. Just, the environment gives us little nudges going this way and that way. Just all kinds of just little reasons. All right. Please grab the right place. And you look kind of awful like that. So we'll just keep you on the default. So we can get here. Yeah, that's fine. And keep it again on default. No, something didn't line up very well back here. Let's try that again. Helps to actually select the end of the track. And there. Okay, so that gives me my routes. Let's go grab our tractor or put it on our truck and see how it goes. So face first into a power pole while I'm taking a sip of my coffee. All right, so you are doing the cold receiving. Yes, you are. Have you got fuel in your tank? No, you don't. So that is going to become my copper station. So first thing I'm going to need here is a way to get some fuel. Let's get into the right menu. So we're going to have our fuel go up into there. Don't have a handy dandy little way of getting underneath, so we'll just make a little hole right here and follow all the way through. Where is my That should be right about here. Take that wall out. Take that little bit out. Let's put this piece back here. Yep, there's my coal. I'm going to grab a splitter. I'll stick it up on the wall, on the ceiling, or the ceiling. Replace my belts so we can run into there. I can go into there. Well, you can call me Ray, or you can call me Jay. Say to there. And that's not good. It's not quite clean. So we'll go to there. Like that. Let's do this a little nicer. Don't need all that dirty laundry hanging out now, do I? I'm living on the evening news. Sorry, I just suddenly started singing Dirty Laundry. Because, you know, the word dirty laundry. I said the word dirty laundry. So why when I start singing? There it is. I got this. Yeah, that's an impure iron. And I'm already full in the inventory again. Of course I am. There. That should be bringing fuel. Now, see, if I do need a little extra copper, I do have this puny little impure node here, which will get me a whole 120. Ooh. That is fine. All right, so, yep, you got gasoline in you now. Now I can grab my truck here. I am also going to need to change these pads. All right. Universal truck path. I deleted the wrong one. Yeah, the truck paths deletion box is really a little bit. Where'd the station go? Oh, for Pete's sakes. Well, I know I got 100 coal in me because, well, I just accidentally deleted the damn station. Feeling my truck's not going to be able to clear back here. Yeah, this is clearly a tractor station. This is not really a happy truck station, so I'm thinking I'm going to have to come up with a new blueprint that's got more room for the trucks, because the trucks are just eating up the volume here, and tractors aren't going to cut it. They're just not enough going there. Okay, now we have to tie you guys all into the main line here, so we'll go like that. And then from here, oh, that's going to be a problem. None of that's going to work for this copper, is it? No, it's not. Because I can't make this turn. I can go that way probably, but I can't go that way, and that's the direction I need to go. So let's take all of this out. Let's try to get these into place. So again, where you want to snap. I was just trying to find where the station wants its snap point, which looks to be right about there. And then we try to take a nice, tall, long corner here, with the path doing some weird-ass gyrations. Okay, well, apparently you're kind of happy with that. Okay, well, if you're happy with it, I'm happy with it. All right, there you go. Okay, so now you get to be deserts, copper, receiving. Let's redirect the coal from here to the other side. Take it through to the other side. Take it through. Take it through. Yeah. Little bridge across right there. We're already got an open gap. Yep. Like that. Like that. I need a way back up. You should be good there. You should be good there. And we can go into there. I mean, you're still going to need lines feeding it. Let's get that out of there. We can take that out. Lock that off. And this is me covering up sins. I mean, I'm using the clipping and whatnot, but I'm just trying to cover up my sins so that you go there and I don't have to look at any of the bads. What? Oh, what now? What am I doing now? I'm doing this now. Yeah, that's better. There. Now I'm stuck. Now I'm not. Okay, now do I have a place for me truck? Mr. Truck. There you are. You're backward. Why are you backward? How did you get to be backward? Okay, one truck. Let's get some fuel for it. Oh, I've got 30 coal on me. That's fine. We'll put the 30 coal into the back here. Where did that coal get to? Did I not just take some coal out of you? All right, and now Q. Vehicle path. Find our copper station. So we have train yard copper station, desert copper receiving. It's going to require 20. Let's enable our autopilot and immediately have a problem. What is our problem? Unable to reach station. I think this guy. Oh, yeah, there's something here that is not good. Oh, everybody's just now. Oh, I'm a silly boy. I'm just a silly boy. Breaking the road. No wonder it couldn't go where it needed to go. That's much better now. Away he drives. There's a lovely place where I meet my demise. Well, this is awkward. Uh-oh. Apparently I am stuck. No, let me out of here. Oh, I did that turn wrong. I'll have to no, I didn't. Did I? I think I did. I'm completely stuck in this truck. Well, this is awkward. Well, with any kind of luck, when I get to the station, I can unstick myself. Ooh, ooh. Getting closer. Come on. Oh my God. Now my head's bouncing. Oh, and there I go. Let's try this up here. Well, that was fun. All right, so he's going to have to go down all the way down to the end here. Turn around. Oh, there we go. Unloading. And we are full of copper. Thought I'd do this trip inside this time. Don't like what's going on with those light stripes. It's the little things that annoy you the most, and they're the last things to ever get addressed. Like the little flickering lines there. And the incorrectly colored lines going up the hill. Oh, ran out of coal. Just to finish the trip. Yeah, I know. Just drove up the railing. We're going to call this a poor driver. Yeah, that's it. We're going to blame the truck. Not the guy who set up the path, the truck. Where are you? Yeah, that's where I'm going to get my concrete from. Right, let's take our biofuel back. Let's see how far he gets on just the fumes. And there he goes. Yeah, just wait. Oh, shoot. I got to set this to unload. And unload. There we go. And the tractor one is just the tiniest little bit too small. I think I built that on a 4x4, didn't I? Yeah, this is built on the 4x4 platform. I need to make one on a 5x5, which will give me the extra little bit of space. Oh, look at him. He's waiting. He's waiting for him to go. And then he can go. No more trucks trying to drive on top of each other. Excellent. Okay, so we now have our coal. So we have coal being delivered here, plus we're pulling whatever extra we have out of the coal power plant back there. We now have our copper. We can now start putting it all together. So first thing we're going to do is, I think I'm going to build the copper. Because the copper building is basically this building. Weird bit of overlap here, but I'm going to take that out. Let's run the floor in here. I guess we'll just use this. I see trouble on its way. I see thunderbolt and lightning. Okay, and not sure why I just did that wall. That's going to be the outside wall. I can just get rid of this. That's going to, yeah, Copper Factory is going to sit on that. Okay. Now let's grab our copper. Smelting once I get to the roof here. Let's see if I have my blueprint. I don't have it. I don't have it. I'm gonna have to convert one. Do I have a blueprinter out here? No. Okay, well, I'm gonna need to drop a blueprinter down somewhere. And blueprint designer. We go DHE because apparently you can nudge it into whatever position you want. Doesn't need to have foundations underneath. All right, and now we can grab what is this iron ore to second stage? What is this blueprint? I don't remember this blueprint. I mean, that's a lot of buffering. These are constructors. Okay, well, don't know what the hell you are. I mean, I'm the one who built it, and I still don't know what the hell it is. So some of these blueprints, of course, are... Oh, you are R5, are you? Some of these blueprints, of course, are imported in from previous saves. Why mess with what works? This is the wrong blueprinter, apparently, for that. I thought I'd built it on the Mark 1, but apparently I built it on the Mark 2. So let's get a Mark 2 down. A very temporary Mark 2. There we go. All right, so we're going to let all that come in. I am going to take out this silly little switch here. I mean, I've had this switch for a long time in here, and it's just not doing me any favors. Okay, now I need to fix the global illumination in here. So we're going to go into the console by hitting the tilde key. We're going to go get our copy, which is a command line, which I have in another screen. Going to paste it down here. Again, this line is in the description of the video. I hit enter, and now our signs actually start working. Okay. So that's the output. Our input is right around here. That goes upstairs. That comes in from somewhere else. All right, you are not doing that. You are doing me copper ingots now. So we're going to copy you, and we're going to paste you, and pasty, paste, and over here. Like that. Yep, copper. Where do I want some sign lights? Let's grab that. One there. Okay. Now, I don't want you to be red. You're going to be copper. I want you to be a different color. I want you to be... Is teal the right color? Maybe a little bit more green. Green 1. There we go. All right, it's probably easier just to replace all of these. Mustn't forget the decorations. No, I don't want to delete that one because I want it to tell me where I'm supposed to line up. Now, the nice, let's go grab Mr. Green. Yeah, got lots in the dimensional depot. And we can get rid of these 2 or 3. So if I can't figure out where it's supposed to be based on that, what am I doing here? Oh, hey, Valius, just noticed you. I just got the first section of the railway running. Here, let me pop up onto our roof somewhere. So that little marker over there, the copper mine is up and running. So it is now delivering copper via rail. I'll go into camera mode here. You can focus. There we go. So you can see the railroad track. Train goes up there. There is a train hiding somewhere up there. I don't think the station's rendering in. Or it's just kind of hidden, but the train comes along there, runs down there. Hey, there it is. Runs along there, drops off into the unrendered train station. You can see that should be sitting right there, but train station is not rendering in, which then gets delivered to a truck station, which is just outside of rendering distance, right about there. And this truck here happily comes along. It's interesting how much stuff doesn't render in at this distance, which then comes along this route and finally delivers my copper into that station. Not that one, because the corner's too sharp for the return line, but it does go to that one. And right now I am working on where that copper is going to be processed. So I'm pulling 780 out of the 2 copper well mines that I have up there. But I can deliver back to here 960. So that's where we're at. And now the rest of the plan is just to get the copper processing and the steel processing. And right now I am just kind of converting my iron smelter blueprint into a copper smelting blueprint, which is why I'm changing the little red marker lines to green marker lines, because that seems more appropriate for copper. I think that's got you all caught up. Not the fastest build in the West, but it's just keep plucking at it, getting there slower and slower. Never in any rush. I mean, we've already completed this scenario, so now we're just playing. If there's different ways we can do things. Kind of playing with some of the new tools that they've given us, like the new truck paths and stuff like that. All right, you know, things like the water trucks. How are you doing for inventory? Are you emptying out? Yeah, so you got completely emptied, which does make me concerned about whether I'm delivering enough water down there, but we can check at a later date. Okay, so now you are no longer an iron smelter. You are now a copper smelter. Copper smelter in 240 ore, which outputs 240 ingots. We'll change you to copper ingots. Let's organize our buildings. So we'll add a subcategory called production, base production. And we'll add our copper smelter there, apply the changes. Whilst we're in the edit, let's move our iron smelter there as well. And save blueprint. Okay. Let's clear the designer. Get rid of the designer. Hit the wrong button. And now run over here and set up our copper. Ingots. Elevators work when you better when you call them. Did you know that? Am I riding the elevator? Because I like the elevator. Alrighty. Okay, so now let's go grab our copper blueprint, which is now over here. Copper smelter. And where do I want the front door? So the big Where the hell is... There it is. That's the big door. Is that where I want you snapped? Why do you not feel quite... Ow. That was a far drop. All right, that's not where I want you snapping. Oh, that's better. That's all right. You know what? Maybe that does work. I feel like it's a little bit tight here, though. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move your full foundation back one that way. Like that. And now I'll close this, button all this up again like I had originally, and then delete it. And now I'm going to button up again. Ooh, I love the copper highlights. Okay, so each of these pardon me. So each of these buildings does 240. Let's have a quick boo at how much we actually need. So let's bring up. Ding. Okay, so I need a total of 664. Let's go with 664. Let's move that, move that. 664 divided by 240 is I need 3 of these buildings. So we are just going to go 1 up, because that's what these buildings are designed to do, is to stack. Just make sure I got the front door at the same place. Front door, drop it down a little bit, because there's a staircase that connects the floors. So that's now 480. What am I missing? I am missing a whole buttload of quartz. What's going to be faster? Probably running back to base to grab some more quartz. Let me run back to base and grab some more quartz. While there, I'll clean up my inventory again as well. At least I'm not running all the way halfway to Hell's Acre. Yeah, I think that's going to look nice. And then I'll do the steel, just kind of hiding in there. I don't think I have... Ah! Oh, you got to run over. Playing in traffic is dangerous. Okay, I like that. Really like that building from a distance. Oof, nice. Whee! What am I here for? Quartz. That's over here. And that would be right in there. All right, once again, I am way overloaded with stuff. So while we're back here, let's deposit some of this stuff again. Let's see. First, I got some more animal goos. So we'll put that there. We'll put that away. Instead of just throwing it in the trash, let's throw... What have I got too much of? Ironically, I got lots of concrete now. Quick wire seems to be clogging up. That seems to be clogging up. Oh, one of those.
I don't need to be carrying the aluminum, so I am carrying stuff I don't need to be. So that would be alcan sheets. I do occasionally need a crystal oscillator. No place making crystal oscillators because I hate crystal oscillators with such a deep, dark passion. I don't need the hard drive. That's my hard drive storage right there. What healthies can I actually make? The protein inhaler. And what do I need for that? Barrel nut and alien protein. I'm going to add a few of these. Let's say 5 of those. Or at least as long as I've got barrel nuts, which I think I have enough barrel nuts. All right, alien protein is right here. All my barrel nuts are somewhere else. Not in there. Yeah, I got plenty of barrel nuts. And then let's... Oh, I made 10 of them. Ooh. Lovely. Oh, my barrel nuts, but now I have lots and lots of healing potions. Insert and... Good. All right. Now, why am I not getting more of those? In the recipe, material resonance screening. Really haven't figured out what those ones are yet. They've been around for a bit. Nutrients. Let's clear that out. There's the next inhaler. And I just got rid of all my barrel nuts. That was, yep, that sounds about right. Don't really care. Medical properties, some micella, which I have somewhere. It is, yep, there it is. There's my micella. I'll research that. Well, go from having only one type of inhaler to all the inhalers. Let's get that one. Get that one. And let's get the breather here so I stop killing myself. All right, fabric. If I was fabric, where would I be hiding? Right there. What do I need for my fabric? I need now a bunch of biomass. Do I have biomass? Well, let's go to our biofuel plant. There should be in a buffer somewhere some biomass, likely in here. Nope. How about over here? Nope. Biomass is all being produced this way. I don't think I have any biomass. I have no biomass. You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to worry about this. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay, I've got some medical inhalers. That's all I really was worried about for now. That's a rubber. So let us do what? What else do I need? I've got the quartz that I needed. It's probably refilled itself, so we can head back and get the copper being produced. Lots of fun bouncing into traffic. That seems like a pointless fence. I probably should have better fencing right here. OSHA compliance. Must maintain the OSHA compliance. This isn't the Empire, where apparently they don't care about people falling to their dooms. But the Emperor was saying, we should have put railings, as he was falling into the giant pit that Vader threw him. And now we can snap this guy. Did I line it correctly? Yep. And whoop. All right. So now we have to bring Zacapa in. So each floor is responsible for 240. I probably should have marked the in and out, but I didn't. So my in. Okay, so that's ingots being processed, sent out. Right? Yeah, because that comes down from there. These two aren't connected. So yeah, this is where my ore flows. So the ore is going to come in here. Then it's going to get distributed. Then I have to send the ore up to the next floor. So to do that, now the problem is that I have a lot of, I need to move 2 belts, well, 1.5 belts worth. So how do I want to distribute? Let's see, if I put that there, move that up to there. So copper ore can come in through here. I then take a splitter That's not enough room to put a splitter in. Okay. If I put a splitter on the floor, and move it to there, go from here to there. I don't think that's going to meet the corner. No, of course it's not. Oh, it is. Okay, so that's there. So that's one built. Let's go get that one connected. Figure out where our power goes is going to get connected. Okay, apparently the power question was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Let's upgrade you to a Mark II. So I can just plug you straight in. There, everyone's turned on, plugged in. Let's not make things weird. Okay, so you should over here now be full of copper, correct? Oh, yes, you are. I left all that crap in my inventory. I should have taken it out. Oh, well. Now, put you there. Move you to there. Boop, boop. And into... I'm doing it wrong. It's not sending, it is receiving. All of this is incorrect. It's these. These are the ones. There. And there. 1, 2, 2. That way. And into there. And there. With the belt. Okay. So that puts in the wrong one. I need to get underneath here again. So I think we're going to run it back along there. I should be able to get all the way through. Yeah. We're going to make a path to right there. At least for now. And then we'll join the floors up here. Figure out where I'm getting to. Right there. We're going to have to come down a little bit. What is something funky here? What have I got? Why have I got multiple? Oh, that's why. Okay, for the outside, we need to go from here to there. Make sure I have something to snap onto up there. That would be that wall hole. There we go. Ah! fall to my doom. All right, so that is those two floors connected. I need to also connect that floor way up there. Oh, we're going to go like that, except we're going to flip it around, and then we're going to drop this one in temporarily so I can get an idea where I actually want this, which is right there. And then I take this and we go all the way up, and there we go. And that'll get copper up to that floor. Alrighty. I need to go downstairs, please. Can I have some downstairs? There's the downstairs. Ish. All right, so now these are my two copper lines. So we go boop, 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 boop. So we clear the iron. I'll switch you to straight. Boop. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Copper has to come from right there. So I can lose that. Throw a little kind of patch piece right here. I think we're getting to where I want you to be. Well, you guys don't exactly line up, do you? Yeah, close enough. Yeah, this whole bottom floor is just not lined up with the main grid, is it? And I think it's because of that. That being the mine. I don't think this is necessary at the moment, but I just kind of want to get things, the idea of being everything nice and neat where it's supposed to be. 1, 2, nope, just by 1, 2, 3, 4. Down by 1 and over by 4, which is 1/2 foundation. So we can go all the way to here. And now we can start bringing our copper forward. And now down to the end. And now the end is near. And now I face my final curtain. I did it some way. Okay, now we bring let's see. Not quite the right height, but I'm not looking to have these things tell me the height. I just want to know where their placement is. Or are you the correct height? I don't think you are. I think you're off by like, yeah, you're off by a bit. That's all right. You can fix that, I hope. Put that there. And I put this one there. I connect you to there. You go into there. Now, these should all compress down and let the copper flow. There we go. All right. Now let's go make sure everybody's having a good time upstairs. All the machines are grinding into shape. And I don't need you here anymore. I'm going to put that to there. So I can run downstairs again. And this wall. So now my ingots should go from here into there. Why no ingots? Why no ingots? That's because no ingots here. Why no ingots? Because no ingots here. Or no ore. Or go up there. Why no ore go up there? Are you guys not quite connected? I didn't use a smart split or anything like that, did I? No? Ugh. Oh, no, now you're going. Okay, first time you just weren't connected. And there go the ingots. Excellent. Everyone getting their fill? And not yet. Well, that didn't take long. All right, ingots are full. Copper ore is very slowly working its way into the system. So all good there. Let's go up one more floor just to make sure we are delivering our ingies good. You are getting nothing here because you're not connected yet. Do some built grade upgrades here. Okay. Let that one feed the beast. So that is 240 being up here. 240 times 3, 720. That is all the copper I'm going to need for that next little. I'm going to leave that one. All right, so what have I got for steel production? Do I have... I don't think I have any blueprints for that. Yeah, I got nothing for steel. So what do I actually need for my steel? Let's go have a look at our modeler here. So I need a lot. Okay, so 14 of these, like 20. So steel processing is going to be a big one. And that's going to be 2 belts worth. How do I want to do my steel plant? I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that one. Because that's like 15. Well, let's move this out of the way. Turn it off and go back over to here. So I want to put the steel foundries down here. Now, how much space do these guys take? So if we put our... Oh, actually, one other thing I need to double check here is in this steel production. How many belts do I have coming off? So I have 3, basically, yeah. So I need 3 blocks. Each block is 5. Let me drop this foundry down. Solid steel ingot. So I'm producing 60. So if I go 60 times 5, that's 300. Yeah, that'll work. I could do 3 buildings of 5 foundries. That separates them, that divides them. Does that make it useful for me? I don't know why I closed the modeler. Let me bring my modeler back up. There we go. Well, if I split these 2 production lines, no, see, that's all steel ingots or steel beams. And 5 of these each. Yes, I need 4. Huh. So if each building's doing 300, see, I'd have to do a little bit of blending, which I can do. Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a blueprint with 5 foundries, and then I'll drop down 3 of them. Okay. Let's go grab that blueprinter again. Apparently I can work with the 5x5 space. There, you can sit there. All right, so 5 foundries. My center point is right here. Let's grab a foundry. We'll center you up-ish. So right about there. So that's 1. Two, 3, 4, and 5. Let's grab these 2 out of here. They're not quite centered correctly. It's a little bit better. Like that. And then you can snap right there. Yeah, I think that'll work. I probably should build a service floor underneath this, though. Do I also need the full space? You know what? Here, hang on a sec. Let's reconfigure just a tiniest little bit here. Let's actually load up. Let's load up the iron smelter. And see if I can fit 5 foundries upstairs. Which I'm pretty sure I probably can. So I'm going to take all this business out. Basically, I'm just going to hollow out the building here, except for the floor. Okay. And I have this lovely little working area up here. Let's get rid of you because, well, again, frankly, any plumbing that I have downstairs is kind of pointless. I don't think you're big enough, Oh, maybe you are.
You absolutely are. You're a rock star. You are absolutely big enough for this. One, two, three, four, five. All right. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We'll have to change that. All right, let's get rid of all the rest of this stuff. Let's lose that and that power connection. You don't need to be there. Get that out of here. Okay. Blank slate. So how do we want to feed these guys? I'm thinking, and we know how dangerous that can be. I have this nice kind of open space here. What if I brought Okay, let's think about this a different way. You're not going to fit there. There is no room for you anywhere else, is there? What if I go like that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. You are absolutely sticking all over and clipping all the way through. So no, I do not like that. Is it awful? Is it really that awful if I do that? Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait. Just a cotton picking minute. Oh. Have I got an idea here? So if I put you there, let's make sure you're centered, yes. And then one there. Oh, you're not turned the right way. There. There. And I do that. And that.
Ooh. Huh. That's a little bit hinky for the second one, though. Works great for that one. Not so good for the other one. Hmm. Hmm. You know what? Let's just try it. Let's see what happened. Oh, 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 oh. That might actually be the solution. Let's try this first. How does that? See, that does that. Well, maybe I just have to do and eat it and accept that I have to do more. However, if I moved you to there, then I reran my belt from there to there. That just kind of scoops around. Let's do this machine. You need to be facing that way. Can we sneak you around? Oh, yeah, there you go. That's the way. Uh-huh, uh-huh, I like it. Uh-huh, uh-huh. That's the way. Uh-huh, uh-huh. It's gonna, uh-huh, uh-huh. Have to run, Now, where do you kind of line up on the machine? You kind of line up a little bit this way, a little bit down, like so. And you, frankly, are perfectly fine. You have no problems being where you are. Not in the least. Excellent. All right. That goes there. That one is fine. You like that. And on the other side. No. What am I doing? I'm doing that. I'm doing that. Are there three over here? 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay. So whichever one is going to finally make it up to the top floor on its own. Like so. And like that. And that one goes into there. That one's fine. That's connected. That's connected. They are all connected. Yes. Excellent. Just what I wanted. All right. Now, coming up. I essentially want my belts to run to there. Let's say there. So you're going to come up through the floor right here. And that goes into there. Now, for the other half of this equation, you go there, you go there. You go there. You go there. You go there. We grab our lifts and boop, boop. More blooping. More blooping. There we go. So, down here, we need more splitter. Now, which way do I want the raw material to come up? So which corner? Where's the, I'm thinking we'll have everything come up by the staircase here. So we're going to go that direction. And we are going to put you right like that. Let's make sure you're lined up. In fact, to help that, let's put these in. Like that. Like that. And now we can grab these guys and be secure in the knowledge that it's all lined up. Like that. And then in that way. And that way. And that. And that. All right, what kind of mathing do I need? I need 40 and 40 times 5. That's 200 ingots, 200 coal. Let's go put that on the sign. So we're going to say coal. $200. Iron ingots. $200. And then it's 300. Let's delete that line, go down by 1, and then steel ingots. Coming out at 300. All right, cool. I still have the holes there. I still have holes everywhere. And then to come out, I think we're going to go right here for the exits. Yeah, I think this is probably my best bet here. Like that. Which will face that way. See what that does up top here. Messes everything up. What I need to do is put my merger in first. Which is going to have to come all the way down to here. And then everyone else has to split the difference. If it can. I wish they'd do a left and right of these guys. because I have to do this. I don't think the belts would turn the corner otherwise. Like if I try to go into, yeah, it's too tight. And I'm not rebuilding the entire freaking setup. Okay, now power. Daisy chain these guys. Oh, look, I've got power lines just literally everywhere up here already, so I don't need to do this. Unless I want to. Nah. Yeah, it's great that they gave us the daisy chain. The problem is that the power connections just don't line up very well. Unfortunately, and it's kind of trapped like that. Because it's not like they can just rebuild the models, right? Because that'll mess up literally every other part of a save. Okay, so everyone's plugged in, everyone's got their programming. I can kind of get through here. Material will come down here. Which is literally right where I'm supposed to be bringing that stuff up. Oh, let's go to here. Where we go to San Francisco. Or if I do that. Is that all right with you? Yeah, because now I have that. My ore can come up through the floor, split off. Some of it goes that way. Feet up there. What about my excess coming up from this floor? Well, the excess can go. I can't build that wall because I don't have the conveyor wall. Doo-dah, doo-dah. What I do have, though, is these things. Those are the same as, if not better, than the conveyor wall. I can put one of these here. Master of them all. Okay. I think I need to change the color of the sign, but I think that's going to work. Let's get this thing saved off. And give it its new name. So it's now Steel Smelter Base Production. Let's say coal 200. Iron ingots 200, and then steel ingot 300. Icon. Want it in. And save the blueprint. And that is going to need a little bit more work. What I'm going to do here is try to play around with this one a little bit, kind of fine tune it, see what it really needs. I'll change out the color. I'll probably give it like a deep blue. What would that look like? Let's see what that would look like just before we do anything else. Copy the code. Yeah, let's do that first, Steel. But we'll have to worry about that next week. So what I'm going to do here is I'll finish this off, get it set up. I'll get the buildings in place. I'll get the lines hooked up. So we'll get all of our ingot production going. And then next week we can start looking at whatever the next step of production is. But that's going to be it for today. Thanks, guys, for watching as always. If you don't mind, go ahead and leave a like. More important, if you also want to hit the old subscribe button if you're not subscribed. I am trying to hit the 1,000. That's the kind of goal we're looking for right now. We need 189 more. And then once we hit 1,000, then we can look on the next one. But that's it for today. Thank you, member Lee Barron. And if you want to become a member, you can hit the link in the description or the join button below, but that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hey, be safe out there. Be good out there. Have a great day. Until next time. See ya.